All right, everybody. Welcome to this hangout. This is Michael Martin, and right now we have with us Vicky, Sandy, and Eddie. They're going to be joining me in this hangout. We may have a couple other people show up as we go, but I just want to have this quick hangout. As a lot of you know, we just came back from the Ingreso event in Miami, and one of the big announcements there was this webinar software that you're on right now, that you're watching. Oh, hold on. I gotta shut my. I had the Hangout page on another page. I started talking in my own ear. Okay, that was scary. All right. So, anyways, we wanted to test this software out here, and just kind of do a test run and just talk about, what went on at this event, some of the things that we heard, some of the things that were said, and just what it kind of meant to us. And I wanted to kick things off myself, just something that I saw. Who was the stud on the right? Something that I saw that really impressed me there, and it was about Dwayne Golden. Now, I already know Dwayne Golden is a really great guy because I met him at the first event in Vegas. And it just really kind of hammered it home to me on this event. This is what happened. I don't know if you guys remember, but that guy, I think his name was Matt, and sorry, I don't know the exact details as far as months and things, but Matt got up on the stage. Dwayne had asked the audience if anybody so far had any kind of aha moments in the event, and if they wanted to come up and talk about it. So this guy Matt came up. 26-year-old kid, anyone under 30 to me is a kid, and so 26-year-old kid, and he's just telling a really kind of emotional story on how he's been a drug addict for most of his life and had just kind of got off of drugs, and how he found Ingreso. His family helped him get into Ingreso. His family helped him get to the event. So he's telling this story, and Dwayne jumps in and says, look, not only am I going to help you with this business, but I'm going to actually be a personal mentor to you, kind of like a big brother, and help you with what you're going through outside of life, this drug problem, and and staying on the right track and helping out with the business. And said he was going to dedicate some of his personal time to this individual, Matt, to help him through his stuff, and that just kind of blew me away. But that wasn't even the crazy part. Anyone can say that on stage. It's following through is the big thing, and with a CEO as much, they're busy. They're really busy. So you would expect him not to get to that guy for a week or month if he even got to him. So later that night, my team and myself went out for one of our many sushi dinners. And when we came back, it was the second night, and there was a party, an after party after that event, and it started at 8 o'clock. Well, we got there kind of late. We came into the lobby around 8:30. Now, Dwayne is the host of that party. His band was actually playing there. He's got a lot of musical talents. He sings, he plays instruments. He's got a really awesome band, and he's the singer, one of the singers of the band, and he was supposed to be there at 8 to kick off the party. We come into this event, we come in back from this dinner, and he's over in the corner of the lounge. It's 8:30, and he's in the corner of the lounge with that kid, right? He's following through, and he didn't care about the party. He didn't care that he's supposed to be there, that he's the host, that people were waiting for him. He could care less because he promised this guy that he was going to mentor him, and he was sitting there, and he wasn't going to go to that party until he was done with this kid. And I thought that was, I don't know, that just blew me away. It really did. I don't know if you guys caught that when we came back, from the dinner. He was sitting over there in the corner. But that really blew me away. Did you guys catch that when we came back? Any of you guys? Or?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. So I saw that, and I didn't go over there and approach him because I knew what he was doing. I didn't want to bother him. But I mean, I've never seen CEOs do what this guy does. I mean, he literally cares more about the people than he does about the business. You know, in fact, last night's webinar, you know, a lot of people were asking if we're going to go public because of the great success that we're having, all the line of products that we have, and you know, he told us flat out, no, you know, we're not going to go public because companies that go public, you know, now you care more about the stockholders than you do the people. And there's companies out there now, I'm not going to mention any names, that have gone public that are in $10, $20 million debt because now the stockholders are in charge, you know, and all they had to do is vote on what to do, and it's unanimous. They change the rules, they change the comp plan, they do whatever. And, you know, and he basically said the only way you're going to be able to take this company public is if you get rid of me. You know, said while he's sitting in that chair, this company is not going to go public. You know, they're profiting. They're completely debt-free. Everything they do, they pay for cash. You know, and that's the kind of company I want to be with. That's run by someone like that. You know, Sandy, let's. You know, what's your opinion on Dwayne? You know, what's your opinion on what you saw there with Dwayne?
Dwayne's awesome. It's like family, you know. Like, he gets silly with the people who are being silly. He gets happy. He dances if everybody wants to dance. You know, he's just really down-to-earth person and really good at connecting with people. And you know, it's just like I've met him for the first time, and like he's my brother, you know. So it's just he really, you can tell how much he really does care for the people in the company and the people he's working with. He has a huge heart, so you can see that immediately from him. He's a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, and the other part that blew me away, and this part I didn't know until this one, where he told the story how he, you know, when he was about to build this company, you know, he sat down and brought his whole family in, you know, and said, look, you know, let's do this together, you know, and his son Dwayne Jr., you know, because he's got the same name, he didn't let him in the company because he figured there'd be controversy. So instead, you know, he's working for the company. He handles support and a bunch of other things. He's got another son that handles some accounting stuff for him, and you know, they just all work together as a family to help build Ingreso, you know, to where it is right now. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Vicki, any thoughts on Dwayne?
Well, you know, Michael, I totally agree with you and Sandy both, and that's exactly what I was going to say. You know, the integrity not only of Dwayne Golden, his big heart, the fact of the business, because I think there's so many times in this that, you know, that sometimes the family gets left behind. And, you know, and like Sandy said, I mean, you know, this is the first time we actually had an opportunity to meet him in the lobby on Wednesday night when we got there. And it's like I said, you know, hi, I'm Vicki. I'm in, you know, with Ingreso. And the very next day, he saw me out before the event started. He said, hey, Vicki, how are you? You know, and just a lot of that. And that goes a long way in today's marketplace, because it seems like there's so many companies that are just more geared or more in focused on building themselves up, you know, for them to earn money. And for him, of course, I felt very special because one of my team members, Aaron, who missed the first part of the morning session, who came in after lunch, and there's Dwayne talking about, is there anyone who feels like they need to step up a little bit in their business, or maybe having some challenges in their business? And what people didn't know is it took a lot of courage for Aaron, but he got that courage from another event that we had been to. He stepped out of his comfort zone, and when he called him up on stage and, you know, and blessed Aaron with $500, I mean, that just made that young man's day. And not many companies do that, just that give generously out of their own pocket. And to be like you said, to be with a company that is debt-free, it focuses on the people and treats people like family. I'm just so glad I'm here. And like I said, it's in the product line that we have, top notch. Like you said, we're testing out this new webinar program, and I'm really awesomely pleased with it, how slick it is. So that's kind of some of my thoughts.
Yeah, that Aaron, it's funny. You're right. I had a chance to talk to him a few different times, and he's very shy, very
Mhm.
introverted. Talks very, very softly. I had to, ask him a couple times to speak up. He's like, if you would have, told me to pick a person least likely to get up there on that stage, I probably would have picked that guy.
Exactly.
But he did, like you said, and he didn't even, he didn't even hesitate. I was standing in the back. I had gone to get some water, and I was just standing back by the camera, and I don't think Dwayne got the sentence out, and he stood up, and he ran right up there, and Dwayne, like you said, rewarded him for that, gave him $500 cash right there on the stage. So
Exactly.
that's what I love about these guys. They do things like that to prove their points. About people not taking action. Everybody else that was standing there like a deer, in the headlights. Any one of them. And he was. And here's the crazy thing. He was in the very back row. He was in the very back row. So the people, I remember that when I was standing there. He was the last person in the very, very back row, and he got to that stage first. There was people literally sitting in the front row that were 2 feet from the stage. And I could have just got up and took 2 steps, and they would have had $500 cash. But that fear that
Yep.
stops them, they didn't. And he was all the way in the back row, so that was kind of cool. Um,
Exactly.
Eddie, what are your thoughts about Dwayne? That was your first time meeting him as well, I believe.
Yeah, it was my first time, man, and let me tell you, I mean, I've been around the direct selling industry for about 8, 9 years, and a few companies, and when I got there, it was just it felt like just like a big family, and Dwayne was just like the heart of the family, he's just such a charismatic guy, like, he's charismatic in the webinars, and like he's amazingly charismatic in person. I mean, you could tell like his integrity and like his heart just shines through. So, to me, meeting him, and he was just so chill, he was just like so cool, so relaxed. He's not like one of these like stuffy like CEOs, like you mentioned that, a lot of these guys, are super busy and they just don't have time to connect with the people. So, I thought it was super amazing that he took the time, literally. I mean, like he went around and he like talked to, I think, everybody in the room, and connected with everybody. So I thought it was just amazing. I feel like it was just like a big family reunion. So
Yeah, and you're right. That's exactly the word I used a lot describing this whole thing. Not just our team. Our team is a nice little tight knit family, but even the people that aren't directly on our teams, I felt a kinship with them. I really did. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it just felt like we're all just one big family, all out there to help each other, become financially free and enjoy life. And they created the same atmosphere, in the corporate. You can just tell between between the president and all the staff there. They all interacted with each other in a very loving and caring way. I mean, what about that translator guy there, man? That guy was just a genius. He said he graduated high school when he was 15. Knows a bunch of languages, and that guy impressed me. It was enough when he was translating. That's impressive enough. But then when he, stepped it up, because Dwayne was kind of, Dwayne's the kind of guy who likes to get in the flow, and his flow kept getting stopped. So they changed the way he was translating and just had him translate as Dwayne was speaking. So now he's going to translate it and say what Dwayne already said while listening to what he's now saying. How the hell do you do that? And he did it perfectly. He just kept going and going. So while he's talking, he's hearing what he's saying and translating. I don't know. I have no clue how the guy did it, but it was. And he's a young guy too.
yeah. That also kind of left a big impression on me because they take time, I guess, just to make sure that the communication goes through. I mean, they had like a Spanish translator live, and then the sign language translator, right? So like, it was just, it was all inclusive. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. The energy was awesome. So.
Yeah, and it's just, and then what about the money these people throw around? Just seeing those big checks, on stage, everybody, earning these different checks, all the stories, people coming from, pretty much nothing, and getting up on stage and, and seeing those big checks and carrying those big checks. That was pretty cool too, wasn't it?
That was cool. And another thing that I thought, Michael, to divert off just a little bit, is when he had the people who drove to the event.
Yeah.
And brought up everybody, and I guess he didn't realize really how many people had driven to the event. But then, and then one of the people who, with the contest and all those kind of things, it was kind of like it was really interesting because he blessed a young woman who brought her 3 children because she felt like she needed to bring her 3 children to the event. Didn't want to leave them at home, and she has some health challenges and everything else, and I think he paid for her gas and then blessed her with an extra $300. So not many companies will do that.
Yeah,
so.
It's true, and it was funny too because it was like a 2-year-old that beat out the whole crew there. It was for those of you who weren't. And for those of you who weren't there, Dwayne did this last year, so I knew it was coming. And basically what he did this year was, like she said, he asked everybody to raise their hand, who drove to the event. So they all came up there. Well, then what he did is he made each one come out in the center stage, like a hot seat, and dance. They played music, and they had to dance on stage in front of the whole crowd by themselves right there. And they didn't know this when they got up there, but most of them were good sports. I think only 2 of them, didn't do it. One of them had back problems. One was really shy. But the girl that you were talking about, she's got, like you said, like her something with her leg. She can't dance and move, so she had her little 2-year-old go up there because he was ready and willing, man, to dance. And so it all worked out cool. He ended up winning. Like you said, Dwayne paid for her gas, gave her $300, and really made her day. For sure. So Devin, welcome to the group here. Basically, we're just chatting about the event. And can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear you good?
Sound good.
So we're just kind of going through and talking about Dwayne, and then telling our different stories about Dwayne and what we thought of him. I mean, this was your first time seeing him live. I mean, what was your impression of Dwayne Golden?
Well, he was actually more outgoing than what I thought he would be. I watch him on videos. He's kind of laid back, but when you got one-on-one with him and watch him up on stage, he's got a fun personality, and it was just I was just attracted to him, where other people that I've seen as CEOs or owners of companies, they look fake to me, like they were putting something on. He didn't look fake to me at all. I mean, he was have a fun guy. He wanted to be there. He wanted to be around everybody. He wanted to meet people, and he took the time to do that. And like I said, I've even been places where during a break they say, no, I need my break time. You can't talk to me, and I'll answer questions later. He was able to just take that time and get pictures with you, and you talk with him just for a few minutes and share your thoughts and stuff, or whatever was going on. So I really liked it. I mean, I liked him, and I'm proud to be with this company.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. And I've been to some events where they got bodyguards. Yeah. And I would be willing to bet my next cycle check that he probably talked to every single person that was there. He made sure he got around. I'm sure before that was over, he had talked to pretty much everybody. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, is some of these products now. Particularly this product right here. This webinar product. Was a big announcement there, and it's pretty huge in a lot of ways. For me personally, I was paying $67 a month for a webinar software that used Google Hangout just like this, $67 a month. I was capped at 50 people for the longest time, and they had just raised it to 100 people, where, you know, this one is unlimited. You know, you can have as many people as you want on it. And they've integrated some things that others haven't, like, you know, this real-time chat on the side here where it's instant. You know, unlike Google, you know, the Google Hangouts delayed a little bit, but the chat, you know, is instant. You know, the second you type something in there, boom, it's there, and the chat goes back and forth. They also added a recorded, what they call like an evergreen feature, where you can record webinars and you can set them up in there, and when people come to them, you know, they look like they're live webinars. You know, they're going to be all set up on a live platform. They're going to have the chat there. It's all going to be really, really, really cool stuff. And today was my first time running.
Hey, Michael. Hey, so what you're saying is you could actually set up a webinar, set all the features, and replay it in the future, saving you time? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You can set it. You know, you set it for a time and just drive traffic to it. And when people get there, you know, if they get there before the time, there'll be a countdown timer. And then when you know, it comes the time, boom, the video will come up and start playing. So that opens up a whole world of things. So you can, you know, say if you wanted to sell the different products, like one of the ideas I had was I was going to make, you know, a webinar or do a video about each of the products, you know, and just set it inside the webinar and drive traffic to it, you know, so it'll be presented like a live event. People get excited about it. They'll go there and see the products. You know, it's amazing. That's a feature that I don't think I've seen in any webinar, you know, software. They have a lot of the standard stuff like polls. You can take polls. You can put up offers for people to click on, you know, if you're selling things. You can disable the chat, so if you don't want anybody chatting, you can disable it. And in the chat feature, now that I'm on this side of it, I can see I can block people. You know, I can reply back to individuals. You know, I can hide chat for one particular person if I'm getting sick of seeing their stuff. I can say hide chat. You know, there's a bunch of things you can do back here. That's really, really, really cool. So I'm super excited about getting it rolling. Everything seems to be working right now. There are some little teeny bugs. You know, right now we are in beta mode. That's why I'm testing it right now with this Hangout. I noticed one thing when I've been on the corporate Hangouts is that once in a while it would refresh. You know, and everybody thinks they're getting kicked off. So if that happens while we're doing this, you don't get kicked off. It just refreshes for some reason. You know, the video comes back on and continues where it left off, and the chat comes back up. So, you know, you're not kicked off. But, I don't know if that's a bug or if that's something they do on purpose to clean out the cache. I don't know. I'm going to talk to them about it. But they're going to be tweaking it and changing things. And they already announced, here's the crazy thing, they're already working on version 2 where we're not going to need the Google Hangout, that we're actually going to go through Amazon hosting service, and the webinar will be instant, just like the chat. There'll be no 15-second to 45-second delay like you get with the Google Hangout. It'll all be instant live right there. And that's going to be a game changer because all the softwares out there that use Google Hangout, they're all delayed. And there's nothing they can do about it. So, you know, Sandy, what do you think about the software so far? And, you know,
well, yeah, it's cool because I'm seeing too that I can see that thing on the side too, where I can block and hide chat for certain users, and so I guess we can all do that. It's a very interactive. But yeah, I haven't had much time to look at it in the back office yet. But it's another thing with Ingreso that I'm just super impressed about is they keep upgrading things, they keep adding new products, and the price is the same for $25 a month. They just keep adding stuff. It's not only just this Cybernetico Live, which I'm definitely checking out tomorrow. I want to learn this because I do my own Hangouts, and it's just great for internet marketers out there. I mean, any business that's doing webinars or Hangouts to have this. And Just all the value in Ingreso now with the chat and serve as well. The blog, the autoresponders, the lead page. I'm like, what else can they add? But I know they'll keep adding something else that's just super valuable for businesses and entrepreneurs. So I'm super excited because they're just taking things to the next level and really quality stuff that's just working quick and user friendly at the same time. So it's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's the part that's crazy is they've said it a few times there that they haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg with the stuff they got in the pipeline, and we're already like blown away by everything and the value. And like you said, for $25 a month, for all this stuff, I mean, this is literally saving me. I added it up to the other day, and I came close to a little over $400 a month I was paying, in different tools and things that I'm saving now. And I'm sure it's just going to get, like you said, better and better. I mean, they're already working. They just released this weekend, and they're already working on, an upgrade to it. I mean, it's amazing the work ethic of the what's his name, Jatel, or I think Jatel and the programming team that they have there. I mean, they're just on fire. Devin, what you got any ideas how you're going to use this webinar software? What do you think about it?
Well, dude, I like to do videos, right?
That's why I pulled you out.
Yeah, it's no secret. I love it, and I love the feature that I can do a webinar late, say early morning, all right, when nobody is even on it, and then I can go out and set it up to play and invite people at times when they're actually getting off their job, right? So I can do that ahead of time, and then say do it like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, or I could do it 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night, and I could do it every single day of the week if you wanted to. And that's the cool thing, and you only have to do it once and then just play it over and over and over, and it looks like it's completely live. And that's what I like about it. It's supposed to be interactive with people in the chat room. You can say, hey, Vicky, how's it going? How are you doing today? Hi, Sandy, nice to see you. So I'm really excited about that because it makes it look like it's live. And, for $25, I went out there and I went to any meeting to check that out, and then it was a GoToWebinar, and checked out their pricing. $99 up to $4.99, and any meeting it was just like maybe 25, 30 people, and then you started buying into some other stuff. But for $25 a month, I mean seriously, you get this, you get landing pages, capture pages, you get autoresponders. You get chat and serve. What else do you get? You get all this stuff. I mean, I for $25 a month. And like Sandy said, they keep on adding more, but they're not raising the price. I know I've been in with other companies where they got this new product, they got new video hosting that just came out, but guess what? It's going to cost you $39 a month. What? They're doing stuff like this, and they're adding to the products that we have, but they're not raising the price up. Come on, guys, it's a no-brainer. Seriously, it is, and that's what blows me away.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, a lot of good points. I mean, that evergreen feature really takes it to a whole new level for me. To be able to do that, for products, and and you can use it for other businesses and other things too. It's you can use it for trainings. You can do a training in the morning when you have time, and then set it up, and take off and go out with the family while everybody's watching the training, And I mean, there's so many cool things about it.
Well, here's something, Michael, I just thought about. Since we have, since the team has people that are in other time zones across the world, I mean, you could have this going right now. Now let's set this up and let's play it in a friendly time zone for other people.
Right.
Okay, for the same training. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's the possibilities are endless. Eddie, any thoughts on that?
No, man. I think you guys covered pretty much everything that I had in mind. But I just really love the evergreen feature, and I think it's an awesome product. I mean, I haven't really like dabbled with it yet, but I've been between last night when they had the webinar and today, I was just kind of like playing around with it a little bit and just getting ideas, how to use it. And I mean, this is a great tool to like share with, it's easy to share. Like every marketer out there, needs a communication tool like this. So I think it's going to be awesome, not only as a tool feature, but also as a lead-in with value, to approach, people into the business, right, or just, as a customer. So I think I think it's incredible, and I've been playing, I've been playing with Yap too, it's just like so much stuff, there's like and the this and the blog, so I feel like a kid in the toy store.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I didn't even think about the app. I haven't even touched it. I downloaded it, but I haven't even looked at it yet. Yeah, I've been so excited about these other things. And then there's got the chat and serve. And I don't even, I'm gonna have to hire an assistant or something. It's like help me with some of this stuff. But that's the cool part. They're coming up with these things. Like for instance, go back to the webinar software for a second. They allow you to become an affiliate of all these tools that they make. So, say for instance, you want to sell this webinar software. Well, it's going to retail. I can't remember the price. Anyone guys remember what the price is going to be?
$297.
Yeah.
It's like $297 or $397 for like the year, or like a one-time fee or something, and you get half that. Yeah, it's $297. I think you're right. So you get 100. I remember them saying $150 commission. So for people who don't want to be, in the IC business, they can purchase this software with your affiliate link, and you make $150, off the software. And you can do that with all the IC products, and that's one feature that they built into this business. A way for you to make money without having to recruit people. Say if you don't want to do the recruiting part of this business, you can get in, become an affiliate of the business, and just go out there and sell the autoresponder, sell the chat and serve feature, sell the Ingreso cloud, sell the Hangout. I mean, the products are all top notch, and for most of them, you get 100% commissions. For the webinar, it's 50% commissions. And I mean, this product's going to sell like hotcakes, because especially when they move it to the Amazon cloud, oh my God. I mean, we're going to have something that nobody has. No one has, these instant hangouts. So, that's going to be some pretty powerful stuff. That's on my list as well. Build stuff, to sell that. But the chat and serve is pretty cool. They're actually doing webinars starting this week, that Dwayne Golden Jr. is going to teach his strategy for signing up businesses for this chat service that he built a six-figure business from just that one product. Just selling that one thing to businesses, he created a six-figure income. So I don't know. It's crazy. Does anybody have anything else to say about any of the products?
For myself, I really like our lead pages. The fact that they're fully customizable, and you can create a whole lead capture page, opt-in page, in probably be about 5 minutes at the most, and you can customize it. I mean, I really like that. The one thing I like about our new webinar feature is you could look at it this way, and we've kind of already touched on it, that it doesn't necessarily have to be for just internet marketers, even traditional businesses. Say you have a traditional business who, every time a new employee comes in, you have an orientation, or you have trainings, like maybe on the weekend you've got, okay everybody, y'all, we've got this mandatory training, you're going to have to come in on the weekend. This could work for something like that, where you have you have like your meeting, like you said, the boss records the meeting like maybe on a Friday night and schedules it so all the employees are at home, they're getting to watch the training, and the boss is out on the golf course, but they think they've got his undivided attention because he's doing this training for them on a Saturday morning, but they're at home with their families. They're not having to leave, you know.
Right.
I just see so much possibility and so much potential.
Yeah, I mean, if you use your imagination, you can really go wild with this in a lot of different directions, and that's what's really cool about it. So, Devin, just as a sidebar, you didn't know the shark story?
No, that's what I'm waiting on.
I'm going to tell it for everybody real quick because it's a pretty cool story. I did a post about it.
Okay.
So, Devin, I'm in the water up to my neck, right?
Uh-huh.
And we're all talking and masterminding and stuff out in the water. I turn around and look down, and there's about a foot away from me, I literally could have put my leg out and touched it, was this huge mass, about 6, 7 feet long, maybe about 3 feet thick. And I thought for a second it was seaweed until it went like this. Whoosh. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I literally, my heart went into my throat. I thought I was going to die. I yelled out loud. I'm like, what the heck is that? I might have used a different language, but that's what it was. And for a small second, it was like a scene out of a movie. Everybody started yelling shark. People started backing up, running to the beach. But I'm out there to my neck, and I can't run. I can't swim, fast enough to get away from this thing. So I back up slowly, and it turns out it was a manatee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a big manatee that came right up to me in the water, and but up until that moment, I thought I was a goner. It scared the living daylights out of me.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Attack of the killer manatee.
Yeah, he probably came and stole my sunglasses, the bastard. Got but I lost my sunglasses in the mayhem somehow. But anyways, let's get back on track and talk about the event a little bit. The excitement from an event. I mean, going to events, really just creates a lot of excitement. I mean, just today alone, for me, I had someone upgrade to the 100 board. Had I forgot that person's name. Forgive me if you're on this. 500. Cody upgraded to the 500 board. Christine Pierce upgraded to the 1500 board today. Yeah, she just did it like 20 minutes before this webinar. So, then I had someone come in at the 50, the 100, the 300, and the President's Club. I mean, people are excited. They're hearing this news, and they just. I always hear people say that July and August, are the slowest times of the month, the slowest times of the year for network marketing. But I'm not seeing it. Eddie, what's your opinion on events? I mean, why are events important, and to your business?
Well, I think events are life changing, and they build. I think that like in any business that you have, you gotta have like three essential components. Like one is desire, the other one is faith, and then action. So I think and especially in an event like this. A lot of people come into Ingreso, and they have the desire to do it, but it's not until you go to like events that you really find the faith and the belief, right? Because you start seeing people going out there, and you're like, man, that guy can do it, I can do it. So you start building a lot of belief, and belief in yourself, belief in the company, belief in in the system and the tools, and then it's all about taking massive action after that, and I think events are crucial. I gotta give my props and shout outs to everybody that made it out there. Especially from even Blaus, right? He came all the way from Slovenia, right? And you have people flying in from all over the place. There was a lady that actually quit her job because her boss, didn't allow her to go. So I believe she quit her job, right? So
yeah, that's some serious stuff right there.
Yeah, heads off to to everyone, because those are massive actions, right? Those are that's what you put out into the universe, and then the universe just answers. So I think events are phenomenal. Any event, just go to events. So, and this event was just absolutely amazing. So
now, Devin,
Yes.
I know your story, and and you almost didn't make it to the event, and you're taking a picture, like you're doing the furry hat picture. I see it. So I know your story. You know, you almost didn't make it. I mean, it was really the last second that the universe caught up to you and sorted everything out, and you were able to make it there. Was it worth it to you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I wanted to go down there a month prior to, I was saying, hey, no, I put it out there that I was going to buy, or I was looking at a camera. You just got to go pro, right? And I was looking at that, and he goes, and Michael says, I'd rather you get a ticket to go down here to the event than go buy that. And it's like, I'm not looking to buy that. But I started looking at prices of flights, and like $600. And I was like, man, this just isn't going to work out. But I did. I told Michael, I said, just have faith. Just have faith. I did. I said that to you a couple of times, didn't I?
Absolutely.
I said, just have faith. It's going to work out. And it was like, well, if we put it back like 2 weeks, on a Friday, I looked at flights, and it was like $325. I was like, are you kidding me? And so I said, let me wait one more day. And it was a $299 for a round-trip ticket, all taxes, all fees, everything. And I said, I'm going. I told Michael, I said, hey, I'm going to buy the ticket. And I said, I don't know how or who I'm going to room with. Is there any open rooms or anything? He said, I don't know, but hey, it'll all work out. So long story short, just about 2 weeks prior, if that, at the most, I got a ticket down there, actually about a week and a half, a ticket down to Miami round trip. I got the event ticket, and I end up winning a contest to get a room. Because I told Michael, I said, dude, I'm going down there. I don't care if I got to sleep on the streets. I'm going down. So, yes, it was well worth it. Going down there to meet up with people I've met before is always good. Tom, I've known for 7 years. Michael, I've been connected with for quite a long time, but I've never met him face to face. And then the best part, I tell you what, seriously, the best part, going to the events is great, and getting the information, hearing all the new stuff, listening to leaders talk, seeing all the different checks, people going across the stage, networking, stuff like that. But the real fun is when you get to hang out afterwards and go eat sushi. With the group. I mean, that was where you start getting all the meat and potatoes, and we did that. I think we ate sushi every day, didn't we, Michael?
Pretty much, yeah.
So we ate, we got to hang out, had some drinks, and then we got to connect and just sit back and listen to the people that are doing it. That's what I was there for, to listen. So that for me was well worth it, the best part. I wish I wouldn't have left early. It looks like you guys had a blast on Saturday, and
it's true. I mean, Saturday was probably the most fun I had in a long time. I mean, it was just I spent all day with with most of you guys and the whole team, and even through the shark attack, and up until and then at night went out with John and and Eddie, and it was just it was just a fun. And you're right, that's where that's where your business grows. Going to the events and seeing the checks and getting the recognition, and all that is fun. It's great. But what's really going to help your business is the stuff that happens outside of those events. I mean, it was a combination. I got to hang out with the newbies and kind of drop, some golden nuggets to them, and then I got to hang out with the people that have been doing this longer than me, and they were dropping nuggets to me, and it was just, everybody was there helping everybody else out, and I had a lot of aha moments for sure. I still haven't organized them all, and and I'm going to spend the next couple of weeks, kind of just thinking about everything and the direction I want to take my business because of the things I learned there. It was phenomenal. I had an absolute blast. I had such a great time that I'm actually considering going to the one in Colombia in September. I'm trying to arrange that right now. I'm kind of 50-50 right now on that one. But Sandy, what did you think of the event? What are your thoughts on the event?
The event was awesome. You know, like Eddie was saying, you know, events are crucial. I've been to events for other companies, and not just in the event itself, but being with people that you've seen online. You just create this camaraderie. We all like just have such a great connection after meeting in person, and you can learn a lot more, and people can say a lot more to you, and you can say a lot more to people in person than they can online, or even, you know, typing a message, or even on a phone call. So I'm so grateful for the times even after the event of hanging out, because a lot of times was just sitting there listening and soaking it all in, like getting so many nuggets and able to share nuggets with people who are newer than me. And you don't get that. You can't get that online because of time constraints or whatever. But so that's super important to be at events for. And you know, you get to learn more about the industry. You get marketing tips that just somebody mentions out of the blue, and you're like, oh, I never heard of that, and taking notes on the beach, like whipping out my phone, take a note down. So, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, and then it's really nice to see the people after the event who they have a fire in them now. Like, I'm seeing people who were at the event, they're posting more, they're more engaged, they're making more videos. You know, it really just puts this fire in people to take action in their business. And like Dwayne said, you know, take massive and immediate action. And I see people doing that, and I feel that fire in me too. I'm just really excited. I hardly ate today, and you know that I need to eat every hour. I was like, it's 7 o'clock, and I am starving. Doing the dance, I'm starving. But so, you know, you get to see people having breakthroughs, and you know, there were moments where I had tears in my eyes, like when Kay was on stage quitting her job to be there, and the guy you mentioned who was working through some drug abuse problems. You know, it just gives you those chills, and you don't get that if you're not at the events. And you know, having my own breakthrough and being able to actually share that on stage, I made a video about it today. You know, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, and making myself go up to just do something that I want to do, and getting through that fear. Like, you can just do these things at events that you don't get to do anywhere else. So you have to go to events. You just have to.
Hey, Devin,
Hey, Michael.
Yeah, I was just going to go back to you. You look like you're itching to say something there.
Let me add one more thing here. One thing that I did learn was you need to take action. There was Michael hits me in the back of my shoulder and is like,
oh my God.
Devin, I didn't hear the first part. I just like, Devin, I turn around, look at him, and I'm like, what? He goes, I was telling you to go up. And it was the point where he gave away the trip to Medellin, Colombia, for the event. And I was like, oh. He goes, you can't hesitate. So that is probably one of the best lessons with that. And then the other one was when Dwayne gave away $500. I mean, sitting right on the front row, there's no excuse, any of us, no excuse for us to jump. It was people that were behind us that were getting it because we hesitated. But no more. No more.
Yeah. Devin was one of those guys right there on the front row, and he learned a very powerful lesson, as he just said. You know, and that's what that's what's cool, because that's what Dwayne is trying to teach all of us. You know, is to. Unfortunately, Devin had to learn really hard there, but
the hard way.
The hard way, you know.
Watching somebody else get it.
You know, and as a leader, you can try to help your people as much as you can, and sometimes they still don't take action. But
exactly next time.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, another thing that was cool, you know, for me, it was a first-time experience for me, because with Ingreso, it was really the first time that I built a group, you know, and a team with the purpose of building a team, you know, and training them and helping them, and sometimes you really don't know if what you're doing is helping anybody, you know. I mean, you get some comments here and there through Facebook, hey, you know, nice video, nice training, but when someone shakes your hand and looks you right in the eye, and tells you, man, your stuff, I love your stuff, and I love listening on webinars, and you've helped me do this, you've helped me. I mean, I was really, humbled there, blown away, speechless at times. I really didn't know how to respond back to it because I know, thank you is really all I could come up with, because I wasn't prepared for that, for some reason I just wasn't prepared for it, but it was really good. I mean, it felt good, obviously, but it's just a different thing, meeting them face to face, for sure. I look at you guys now as like really good friends, because I've now met you, hung out with you, had fun. My only regret is that I wasn't able to spend more time with each of you. Really, it goes by like that. And next thing you know, it's gone. Vicki, was it worth it to you?
Oh, definitely. I have to reiterate what everybody else said. Events are crucial because I think sometimes when we're following the entrepreneurial path and things like that is that, we can use the events to recharge ourselves, and like you said, knowingly or unknowingly, we touch the lives of others because of something that we've done that we see as just as a kind of like a normal part of our business. But, I think we get to celebrate in everybody's successes, and you get to be a part of everybody's struggles. And then sometimes through someone's story, like Matt Russo, we may come across someone who's having a challenge like he was having. We come across someone like Kay who, they're having to make a decision because their boss is telling them, well, you've got 2 trips, well, you've got to decide which one is more important, And so when we get those little nuggets and we visit with those people, then we can use those when we're talking with someone who's wondering, should I go to the event or shouldn't I as well? This one lady, she had to make the decision, and she decided to go for it. Devin's the same way, just kind of coming down at the last minute and saying, okay, should I go, shouldn't I go? Everything lined up, the prices worked out, and sometimes, like one of our other guys, Jared, his story is kind of the same way. Money's a little tight, but I said, first thing you got to do is just get out and buy your ticket. If you'll take a step out, the universe will come back. And he's the same way. He had people coming up all to him because he does a lot of video things, and he had other team members coming up and saying, hey, could you shoot a video for me? And so, yeah, events are crucial. And like I reiterate what you said, and the training, of course, is top-notch, but a lot of your real golden nuggets happen, like you say, after the meeting and getting to hang with people who just impart their knowledge to us. And that's what I thought was so impressive, is they impart their knowledge to you and didn't hold it back. I mean, it's not like, oh, well, you're not on my team, or oh, you're this, or I'm like 14 levels above you, so that kind of stuff. It's like, no, hey, come on, sit up, let's just talk. And that was just priceless. So, like I say, you got to get to the events.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Ingreso, from what I heard, they're going to have them like every 3 months, every 3 or 4 months. They're going to have an event. I already can't wait to the next one.
Me either.
The girl Christine that upgraded to the 1500, she's in Hawaii, and she said, "Can you talk to Dwayne and see if we can get the next event in Hawaii?" I said, that's a perfect idea. Let's do that.
Working masterminds, yay!
Yeah.
Or Costa Rica, when Sandy gets moved to Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Well, hey, we're closing in on the hour here, so I think we're gonna shut this baby down. Does anybody have any last words? Anything else they want to say? Before we let it go.
I just think people should really consider if we have people that are watching it right now that are seriously looking for an opportunity, that they really need to partner with us, because not only do we make money, we have fun, we're like a family, and there's so many ways. I mean, you don't have to do every product we have. There's so many ways to make money with Ingreso. So they just need to come and join with us and come on down and party and join our family.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. I mean, and just to refer back to the family atmosphere. I mean, if you don't have a business and you're looking for one, definitely get back to the person that sent you to this video, and get some more information from them, and go look at their wall. Look at the pictures that have come out recently, and just look at the family atmosphere that we have, how much fun we're having, how much money we're making and producing. I mean, if you're in a business that's doing that, then great. All the power to you, stay there. But if you're not, if you're struggling and you want to be part of something that's cool, I mean, do you realize that it's like less than 6 months till Christmas? Well, let that sink in for a minute. It's like, the year's almost gone, and I bet, you like the rest of us at the beginning of the year said, hey, this is going to be the year. This is going to be their change, and it hasn't. You're still sitting there, fumbling around. So, definitely take a look at what we've got here, because I think you're going to see that, we like to have fun. We like to help each other, and it doesn't matter whose team you're on, whose group you're with. We all help each other. We all just treat each other like one big family, even though we may tag ourselves as different teams. We just do that for training purposes, just to help train our specific people. And that's it. That's the only reason why you see those different groups, out there. And just to go over that real quick, if that confuses people, because you might see, Vicky post a check, for instance, that says, hey, my team member just made this, and right there it says their name and Team Easy Money, and you may know she's on IC Dream Team. Well, the reason for that is we're all on the same team, really. You have the big team, which is, Easy Money. For instance, I'm on Easy Money, but I had a lot of success and needed to break off into a different team that I call Team Abundance. I then brought in Tom, who had a lot of success, who broke off and created a team, IC Dream Team. And there's, and I got another team under me that, Blosh created the Phoenix Team. And then one of his people blew up and created the B Team, so we're all under the same umbrella, but, we have these little sub-names underneath. So don't let that confuse you. We're all on the same team. We all help each other out, and we're all here to help you. So get back to the person that sent you to this video, and get in. Get in, leverage yourself as high as you can, and join in all this fun. That's about as easy as I can put it. You guys, anything else?
No, I just want to encourage everybody, I guess, is to take some action, and I mean, the proof is out there. I mean, and it's been great, getting to know everyone, and I'm excited. I'm super excited for what's coming ahead. So
Devin, should people take action?
No, yeah, definitely take action. So click the link. If you're with somebody, get back with them, or click a link, do whatever. Don't hesitate, because you're going to miss out like this guy did.
Right. What do you guys think of the software so far? I mean, it looks like works pretty good.
Pretty smooth.
I think it's awesome.
Badass.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming here and helping me test out this software. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great night. Talk to you soon.
Night.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Pretty good.